Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Shantae G, and I'm back again with another video. Back again with another video. Your girl is back with another video. Y'all, this video gonna be juicy, informative, and you gonna learn my lesson. You gonna learn a lesson through me, okay? Okay, because I learned my lesson. So I'm gonna teach you, and I'm gonna let you know so you can learn from my mistakes, okay? Okay. So, as you can see from the title down below, I went to ATL. Yep, she did. That's why she got inches in her head or whatever. ATL. ATL. But no, scratch that.
I'm ready to get the fuck ASAP.
Because you see how lit I am right now? Baby wasn't that lit in ATL. So I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all a little background story. So y'all know pandemic hit last year, March. So I really been in the house on grind mode since March 2020. I graduated August, moved in August, started a new job in August, and ever since then I've been in grind mode. So I have not taken a vacation. I have not seen my family. I have not done anything, like anything. I recently, a few months ago, started like going out to the bar and stuff with my coworkers. But other than that, I have not had a break. It's been a consistent grind. So, you know, I'm like, okay, I want to go to ATL. I want to get lit. I want to get turned. I want to act a fool. Like, okay, the pandemic is here. It's not going nowhere. So, come on, let's get lit. So, originally, I planned my whole ATL trip by myself. It was going to be a solo trip. But then my friend from high school, Erica, shout out to Erica, the real OG. We've been down. We've been friends for how many years? Like 8, 9, 10 years. Like, she a real triple OG. Like, if anybody got a problem with Erica, you could come see me. And that's just that on that. Period. So I was telling her about my trip or whatever. And she was like, I don't think you should be going to ATL by yourself. You know, like ATL dangerous, scammers, all this, nah. And I'm like, man, I planned this whole trip to go by myself. So I'm like, you know what? Cool, whatever. Let me ask some people, can they come? So Erica cannot come because she working, and it was like, she got her own little life going on. So it's cool, whatever. So I asked my college friend. She was like, yeah, she down. She asked her friends. Her friends was down, but then eventually they couldn't come. So her cousin came. Okay, mind you, I did not know the cousin. This is the first time I've met the cousin. Like, I don't know the cousin. So, so the way it went, which is my fault because it shouldn't have even went this way. Well, we all put in for the Airbnb. We all put in for the rental. But it was not the smartest decision on my part because guess what? So for the rental, I'm in Orlando. The cousin is in Jacksonville, and then my friend is in Tallahassee. So I picked up the rental in Orlando, drove to Jacksonville, then drove to Tallahassee, and then we went to ATL. So it wasn't really smart. We should have just took a flight, but it is what it is. It ain't what it ain't. The past is the past. Let the past be back. You know. So anyways, so that's how I went. I picked up the cousin, mind you, who I've never met. I don't know. Like, we've been talking through text message since the trip got planned or whatever. Oh, pause. So when I told y'all I planned the whole trip myself, I had a whole itinerary with restaurants and things to do. Okay? Okay, so because I wanted to make sure I had a lit ass time. So I had everything planned out to the T. All right, but I like. So quickly, here's a little screenshot of the itinerary. Of course, there was more stuff on here, but this is just a snippet of it. So yeah. Anyways, so picked up the cousin from Jacksonville, headed to Tallahassee, got to Tallahassee, went grocery shopping for snacks. Then we headed to ATL. We get to ATL, and honestly, my mood was like kind of like I was happy, but it's kind of like I was uncomfortable. Mind you, I said I never met the cousin. So, y'all, if you know me, I'm on crackhead energy. Like, I play around, I joke around. Like, like, I'm just, my energy just high. So, I'm kind of like holding back because I'm like, I don't really know her. I don't know, like, how she get down, pretty much. I don't know. Like, I could be acting like a whole crackhead, and this girl could be like, yo, what the is she doing? Like, so I'm like kind of holding back, whatever. So we get to ATL, we go to the liquor store, of course. Boom, boom, get our lick. Mind you, the cousin is 20 years old. 20 years old. 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20. So now you know goddamn well can't no 20-year-old do anything in ATL. ATL is like a 21 and up type of city. You gotta be grown and sexy, like. And mind you, my itinerary was to get turned, to get lit, to act a whole ass. Because guess what? I had been in the house since the pandemic had started. Like, I had not gone anywhere. So this was my chance to get lit. Mind you, I don't take time off of work because my job, in my previous, a couple of videos ago, I explained to y'all what I do. As a career, I'm a mental health technician. So it's a 24/7 job, 365 days a year job. Like, it's kind of like you don't really get as much days off as you would like. So I'm done. Got my days off, whatever. Thinking I'm gonna go get lit, have a good time, chat. I digress. So yeah, I'm in ATL with my friend. My friend is 22. The cousin is 20. So now, like, pretty much all like the lounges and stuff are crossed off the itinerary because we can't do it because 20-year-old. So that already had me irritated. Then what also irritated me, like I said, I didn't know ma'am. Like, I didn't know her. Like, that was my first time seeing her in person. Like, my first time actually hanging around with her, which is my fault because I should have never went on a trip or planned a trip with somebody I did not know. So that's my fault. You know what? I'm going to take full responsibility for that. I'm going to take full responsibility for the traveling plans, me renting a car in Orlando and stopping to go get everybody in that long behind trip. I'm going to blame that on me. I'm going to take responsibility for that. I'm going to take responsibility for me going on a trip with somebody I did not know. I'm going to take responsibility for going on a trip with somebody that was 20 years old. I'm going to take responsibility for that. Anyways, so yeah, the first night, I'm like, yo, this is boring. Like, I need to be in somebody's club. I need to be in somebody's club. So I'm like, okay, whatever. We started drinking, you know, playing the game or whatever. Mind you, I don't play games. Like, I'm not a video type of chick. Like, I'm like, let's get dressed up and go get drinks type of chick. I'm not no video type of chick. That's just not me. But I'm like, okay, that's cool, whatever. I'm do a little 1-2 with y'all, and that's gonna be that. So I did that. The next morning, I woke up and I'm starving. Like, I'm starving. And if y'all know me, like, let me not say if y'all know me from back then. If you know me from recently, like a month, not even a month, like, I would say like in the past year, if you have met me and you have known me, I became a huge foodie. Like, I ain't get this gut for no reason. Like, sis be wanting to eat. I be wanting to try different stuff. So I woke up starving, y'all. When I tell you starving, like Marvin, like I'm starving. So I'm like, you know what? Let me turn on the TV. Oh, I forgot to explain the living situation. So in the Airbnb, it's a 1-bedroom. The living room couch is a pull-out bed. So I slept on a pull-out couch. They slept in the room together, door closed. But anyways, So I'm like, yo, I'm starving. So I'm like, let me get ready or whatever. Mind you, the night before, like I had when I got there after we came from the liquor store or whatever, I took a shower. I take my showers at nighttime. I don't take my showers in the morning. Like I find whenever I take showers in the morning, I tend to get sick because the cool air outside, you walking out. But that's just me. So I take my showers at night. So the previous night I had took a shower. So that morning I didn't need to take another shower. I just did like a bird bath or HOE bath, whatever you want to call it. So that's what I did. Got ready and I'm sitting and I'm like, yo, I'm hungry. Like, what are y'all gonna do? What are we doing? Mind you, like I said, they're in the room, door closed. I don't feel comfortable enough to be knocking at their door like not like no, so I'm not doing that. So I sat there and I think I waited for a little bit and then I got a phone call and I went outside to take my phone call. So then they text me like, where you at? I'm like, I'm in the car. So they eventually came down. That was probably about 1 to p.m. Almost, it was like 1 close to 2 p.m. So then we decided to go to, well, we didn't decide. I decided because I had the list and I'm like, okay, let me see what we're finna eat. So I chose Old Lady Gang. Mind you, there was minimum communication. Like we really didn't talk to each other. And mind you, for in my defense, I didn't know her. Like I don't know her. Like I know you, so I'm cool with you. I'ma talk to you. I'ma vibe with you. But if y'all two like this, and I'm back here, like I'm not gonna force or interject myself into y'all conversation or into whatever y'all doing. Like, come on now. Anyways, so I chose Old Lady Gang. Get to Old Lady Gang, we paid $10 for parking, which kind of was like, but yeah, we paid $10 for parking, only to find out when we got in the restaurant, it was like a 2-hour wait. So mind you, I said I'm starving, like Marvin, like I'm starving, so I'm irritated. I'm pretty much irritated because I'm hungry. I'm starving. Like I already told y'all, I have become a foodie. Like feed me, please. So we walked around for a little bit. I'm on the phone once again because I'm bored. I feel out of place. I feel uncomfortable. So I'm on the phone, chit chat with my peoples or whatever. So yeah, finally we got in the restaurant. They playing a little game on their phone. I'm sitting on the phone, just scrolling through Instagram and stuff, checking my emails and stuff. Finally the food came, we eat. After that, can't quite remember what we did. Oh, we went to the mall. Girl, we went to Lenox Mall. Lenox Mall is an expensive mall. I've watched plenty of videos on YouTube to know the spots in ATL and what not to do in ATL. Lenox is not something that I wanted to do. But they wanted to go to the mall. They wanted to go to Forever 21. So boom, that's what we did. Got there. They said they was going to Forever 21. I'm like, yeah, I'm not buying nothing. So I'm just fall back, whatever. So they went. I sat down. I was on the phone or whatever, texting or whatever. So boom. A couple of minutes later, they came back, didn't have nothing. I'm like, okay, so what happened? I was like, yeah, the line was too long. I'm like, cool. So then, I wanted to go to Ross, so I drove to Ross. Mind you, we're supposed to go shopping because we planned to wear summer stuff. We had bought summer stuff. ATL was cold. Like, ATL was in the 60s. Like, what the heck? What? So yeah, that's the whole reason why we was planning to go shopping or whatever. So I went to Ross trying to look for some jeans or whatever. Didn't find anything. I'm like, whatever. So I'm like, I promise you, every time I was like, other place y'all want to go? They was like, no. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to the Trap Museum. Go to the Trap Museum. I really wanted to go to the Trap Museum. Like, that was my number one that I wanted to do. So we went to the Trap Museum. Literally wasted a whole bunch of money. I'm not gonna tell y'all how because it's supposed to be a secret. But wasted a whole lot of money there. Got in. Stayed for like maybe 30 minutes or whatever. I'll insert the picture of me here. But yeah, after that, I think we went home. can't remember what we did after that actually. Oh, we went to Walmart again because I needed cash. Clearly in ATL you gotta pay for parking. Anything you do, you gotta pay for parking. So I went to Walmart to get some cash. We got some cups, some ice or whatever. Went home, we chilled. Oh, and when we was at Walmart, I text them. Mind you, it's not really much verbal communication through text, whatever. So I text them like, yo, are we going to dinner or going out or something? Like, nobody discussed any plans. I had a whole itinerary. Clearly, we're not following the itinerary, so what are we going to do? So I asked if we were going to dinner or going out. It was like, do you want something? I'm like, sure, whatever. So then we went home. I showered because I still take showers at night. I showered. I got dressed. No, I showered. I put on my pajamas. And then I chilled. And then they came out the room dressed and ready. And I'm like, y'all ain't tell me no time. But I'm going to go hurry up and get dressed. So I went and hurried up and got dressed. We went out. We went to like 3 different places. Couldn't get in because you got to be 21 or older to get in. So I was getting annoyed. See, once again, I'm getting annoyed. So then finally we went to like some random bar or restaurant or whatever. We ate. So my whole thing was I wanted to like eat dinner and chill and vibe. So there's this place called Boongaloo Lounge or something like that where you could do that. There's several different like lounges and stuff where you can eat and chill, listen to music, dance, like club vibes, but dinner vibes as well. So yeah, eventually went to this little restaurant, little bar, whatever. We ate, and then at this point I had given up on going out because I'm like, yo, gotta be 21. So I think they randomly decided they wanted to go to some VR bar or something, which honestly it was pretty lit. The music was good. Shout out to whoever that DJ was because the music was lit. They actually let us in. Think she had to pay like $10 or something to get in, but yeah, that was fun. The next day, so mind you, so the things that were on the itinerary, we were supposed to go to the Georgia Aquarium, we were supposed to go to the Botanical Garden. Those are like the 2 main things. So yeah, next day, again, we're not eating until damn near 1, 2 o'clock, and I'm starving again, so I'm already irritated again. Once again, I'm irritated. So we ended up going to Atlantic Station because I looked up Atlantic Station before I went to ATL, and I found out that they have a whole bunch of like shopping stores and a whole bunch of restaurants and stuff, whatever. So went there. We went to Yard House. Once again, they wanted to go to Forever 21. They had a Forever 21 there, so they went there, and I just fall back because I knew I was not buying nothing. So there's no point of me going in the store looking around for no reason. I knew I was not buying nothing. So I stood outside on the phone with my mama because my mama had called me while I was eating, but I was like, I can't really talk because, yeah. So I was on the phone with my mama. Then I had to use the bathroom, so I went to the bathroom. Then I just walked around, chilled on the phone with my mama. So then after that, we was getting ready to leave or whatever, and I'm like, anywhere else y'all want to go? They was like, no, we tried to get tickets to the aquarium, but they sold out or whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. So nowhere else y'all want to go? Mind you, there's a whole itinerary worth of stuff that we could have did, right? But they was like, no. So I'm like, okay, so back to the Airbnb, and they was like, yeah, sure. So I dropped them off. I sat in the car, and I'm like, yo, what am I finna do? So then I was like, you know what? Let me try to go to the Botanical Garden. Go to the Botanical Garden, find out that you couldn't get tickets unless you were a member or something, because they were not selling any more regular tickets. So I'm like annoyed with that. So boom, I'm out. I left the Botanical Garden, went to the gas station to get gas. They text me, hey, they was going to this restaurant that I want to come. And I'm like, no, thank you. So then I went back to the Airbnb, showered, and I'm just chilling. And they also said they went to some paint and bowling thing or something. I don't know. Asked me if they was like, if I had free time or whatever, I could come. And I'm like, nope, no, thank you. So yeah, then they also texted me saying, yo, we're thinking about going to the skating ring. Boom, boom, boom. I'm like, okay, lit. I wanted to go to Cascades. It was on the itinerary. Like, that's what I want to do, so let's do it. So like I said, I had already showered. I'm chilling. They walked in the house. I'm like, okay. They went to the room. So I'm like, okay. I was eating leftovers. So I'm like, okay, let me get dressed because maybe they waiting on me. So I went, got dressed. I got another phone call. So I stepped outside to get a phone call. Mind you, I'm dressed. So then I'm on the phone outside talking or whatever. And then I get a text saying they decided not to go to the skating ring. So I'm like, bruh, I done got dressed. I'm outside, and y'all talking about y'all not going. Y'all decided not to go no more. Like, what? So that really pissed me off, honestly and truly. So then I stood outside for a little while on my phone, talking to the homie or whatever. Then finally I went back inside. Mind you, so I said I slept on a pull-out bed or whatever. I had left the pull-out bed out. Mind you, so when I first pulled it out, the first night we got there, I was like, man, I'm gonna have to make this bed and unmake it every day. And it was like, no, you don't have to. Like, you could just leave it out. Like, I was like, what if we want to sit on the couch? It was like, no, we can sit over there. I'm like, okay, cool. So mind you, yeah. So back to the story. So when I came in, the pull-out bed was put back up into a couch or whatever, and they were playing the game. And I'm just like pissed off, like just even pissed off walking in there seeing that shit. After y'all told me y'all want to go to the skating rink, then y'all said y'all decided not to go. So that shit pissed me off. So, cause I was on the phone while I was outside on the phone, I'm like, you know what? I'm pissed off. I'ma just put my pajamas back on and I'ma go to bed. Only for me to walk in there and the bed's put up, and they doing whatever they doing. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So I sat at the table, boiling, like hot water, boiling. So then about 30 minutes went by. They finally decided to put up the game, and my friend was pulling back out the bed. I was like, no, I got it. And then I was like, so mind you, I'm telling throughout the whole trip, I'm talking to my peoples, talking to my family, talking to my coworkers and stuff. And they're like, don't say nothing, don't say nothing, don't say nothing. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna say nothing. Like, I'm not gonna say nothing. It's not even worth it. So, eventually I was like, you know what? I just gotta say something. I was like, you know what? Y'all ruined this trip for me. Like, y'all did. And then she was like, my friend was like, which part? And I'm like, which part? Which part? What? Oh, I forgot to tell y'all, she had texted me earlier that day saying my energy was off and it was worrying her. But anyways, so yeah, I said something, went to bed, got up the next morning because it was time for us to go, packed my shit, hopped in the car, waited downstairs for them. They hopped in the car, stopped at Tallahassee first, then Jacksonville, and then I headed home to Orlando. So that's how my trip was. Did I have fun? Nope, because my expectations were very high. Like, my expectations were high. Like I had told y'all, I had not had a vacation. I had not had a break. I've been working on go mode. March, the pandemic hit. I was still in school. Had to finish that semester off online. Then I took summer classes, 2 summer classes that were kicking my butt low-key because they were online, strictly online. So since the pandemic hit, I was in school. I graduated August 1st, moved to Orlando August 14th, started my job August 17th, and from that point forward, I was on go mode, like work, all work, no play. So the first chance I get to like actually play, have fun, I couldn't even have fun. Like, it was really just a waste of money. But yeah, it's cool. It is what it is. I'ma run it back. And you know what pissed me off overall was the fact that I was planning this trip as a solo trip, and I decided not to do it solo, and I decided to ask people. That's what really ticked me off. Like, girl, you was planning to go by yourself. But yeah, I digress. It is what it is. It's happened. It is what it is. You live and you learn. So the lesson of the day is, don't go on a trip with people that you don't know. Don't go on a trip with people you don't know. Don't go on a trip with people you don't know. Don't go on a trip with people you don't know. don't go on a trip with people you don't know. Lesson of the day. Learn from me, sis. Learn from me. And you know, I always heard like people say going on like trips and stuff would make or break a friendship, and like that shit is so true. Like my thing is, you my friend, you've been knowing me for what, 3 almost 4 years. You already know how I roll. So the fact that you didn't even like, but it is what it is. It ain't what it ain't. People do change, and I understand that. It is what it is. Thank you for watching. But y'all, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Have you ever been on a girls trip? Was it a fail? Like, come on, talk to me down below. Talk to me down below.